Everyone, this is Nikachu, and we are back to play a little bit more with Merfolk Trickster. I'm going to jam some more games. I'm playing the same list as last time. I don't see any reason to change. I just yesterday came back from my local game store, went 4-0. Not a very competitive environment, but you know what? Everything worked as planned, as you saw in the last league, and I have no reason to change this deck, so let's go play some more games. I have about an hour and a half, so let's play some competitive modern leagues. So we won the die roll, we have a fine hand, we're going to keep it. Lands and spells, nothing wrong with that. And our opponent keeps. Steam Van's coming to play tapped. I don't know exactly what type of deck this is, but we will start off with Silver Gill Adapt. I guess we'll show Trickster. Ooh, more Spreading Seas. So maybe we're just going to Spreading Seas our opponent out of the game. And a Forest. What is this? Search for his Countess. So some sort of control deck. Makes Spreading Seas worse. A lot worse. Because our opponent can just dig for the lands that they want. On the other hand, if it flips, then we can use this card. If Merfolk lives, that we can untap with it, then we can start using Merfolk Trickster to tap our opponent's lands. I'm just going to take the mana efficient route right now. Or do I? It's very enticing to play Spreading Seas like right now on this mountain. On the other hand, I don't know what's weak. You know what? Yeah, let's hold off on playing Spreading Seas. Let's wait to see what land drops are, like when our opponent stops playing land drops and know exactly what color is weak, and then we can attack it. Anger of the Gods, alright. Well, I don't know if red is the weak one, but we know that they have Anger of the Gods in their deck. So let's just go after the red mana. And it's like the removal of choice. So there's Spell Pierce. Hopefully that will be useful for us. Oh, this is Scape Shift. This is Scape Shift. Or is it Scape Shift? It looks like it's Scape Shift. 1, 2, so it's going to be 5-color Scape Shift by the looks of it. Ooh, and there's Master of Waves. Master of Waves is going to be very good right now. Spell Pierce, not perfect against Scape Shift itself, because once they get up to, yeah, there's the Farseek, there's the Search for Tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so they're still a little ways off. So yeah, Bring to Light. So we can counter that. If this resolves, then that was a win for Spell Pierce. That was never going to be a win for Curse Catcher. Is this lethal? 4, 8, 11, a ton. Well, I'm willing to go for it. Merfolk Trickster, sorry that you had to just watch. Well, we did the dirty work. So basically, bolt or nothing. Actually, hold on, they have to shock themselves too, so they're gonna go down to 12, which means, oh no, they don't have to shock. Okay, they have Cinderglade, so they're just gonna take, if they bolt, This is now 6, 8, 14 anyway. Alright, we win. Excellent. Just as planned, the master arrived, and he said what's what. So, Spell Pierce, really clutch. I like Spell Pierce, people. I really like Spell Pierce a lot. Spell Pierce is doing great. So, against Scape Shift, I guess what we're doing is we're bringing in the Deprives. It can counter Escape Shift itself and Bring to Light, which are extra copies of Scape Shift. And extra copies of Sweepers, too. They've got Damnation and I think Supreme Verdict in there. Dismember is not good. There's no creature that we want to kill. This is a Bring to Light Scape Shift deck. Spreading Seas is also dubious. Against normal Rug Scape Shift, it's terrible. Against this, maybe it's fine. Is there anything better? I know they play with Snapcaster Mage. I don't know if it's... Not many copies, like at most 2. Echoing Truth. Could save a creature. Kira might be fine, because they're sort of a control deck. Let's play... Like, the only reason Spreading Seas did anything is because we had 2 of them. Can't depend on that. Sometimes having 2 of them won't do anything at all. So I'll bring in the Kiras. Yeah, we can submit this. Because it's like a pseudo-control deck. It's trying to control you to the point where they slam Escape Shift on you. Sounds bad. Those are only Spreading Seas left in the deck. It's just very slow. Let's see. 5. Turn 1, do nothing. Next turn. Like, the hand looks normal, but it's just very... Like, Master Waves is pretty good in this matchup. I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna try to mulligan for something a little bit better. Like, this hand is fine, but I think on the draw I could try to do a little bit better. This is a lot better. This is a lot better. So we have some... I will put you on the bottom. Pretty sure I can draw another land between now and later. So Spell Pierce will be useful against something early on. Our opponent plays Search for Tomorrow, that's fine. We have an island, great. If they play anything, I'm going to counter it. Search for Azcanta. Anything that can slow the game down is fine with me. I'll reveal Master of Waves with Wanderwine Hub. And very likely I'm going to play Merfolk Trickster at end of turn. Okay, this is good. They don't have Electrolyze up, which is a pretty common card in this matchup. I will Spell Pierce this. Gotta Spell Pierce something. Mutavault pass. I'm playing Mutavault now just in case I draw another Mutavault. Then I'll play that on my 4th turn when I try to play Master Waves, if that is what I'm going to play. Okay, search for Azcanta. Flash and Merfolk Trickster. Attack with Merfolk Trickster. Merfolk, okay. Play Master of Waves. Hope for no removal. Only 3 cards in their hand. They might not have any removal. Surely Search for Azcanta can do something about that, though. There's 7 cards in the graveyard, it flips. Okay, Supreme Verdict. Not the end of the world. Not thrilled about it, but not the end of the world. I don't think this deck plays Spell Snare. I don't remember the lists very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're at least 2 cards off. Only 2 mountains in play. 2 cards off from still comboing off. They only have so many draw steps, so we will start playing creatures. I think I'm going to show them Harbinger of the Tides. I'm going to hold the Lord of Atlantis in my hand until we start swinging with it. Ooh, Deprive. Well, if they have Snap... Well, I can counter Snapcaster Mage. Okay, I'm going to play a Harbinger. If my opponent's Supreme Verdicts, I think I'm okay with that. I'll just play then Lord of Atlantis, attack with Mutavault, and hold up Deprive for as long as I can. Because Lord of Atlantis and the Mutavault, that's a fine clock. It's okay. Ooh, now I have Trickster, so I guess let's get in for 4. It's a little unsettling. They didn't put a land drop in play, so their hand has to be full of just useful cards. And we'll hold up all the mana with Merfolk Trickster and our Deprive. In theory, we can reset the Cavern of Souls to something else. Maybe Spirit if we draw Kira. Turn target permanent, draw a card. Okay. I'm not so okay with that, but okay. So Search for Azcanta can flip soon, or not soon, it can flip now. Another Silvergill Adept, great. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Silvergill Adept is great. I love Silvergill Adept. Well, I was thinking, like, if I deprive Scapeshift and they remand it back to my hand, then I would like to hold up more mana to keep it going. But I actually can't do that. I don't have the mana in play to get my Deprive get remanded and then recast it. So I'm going to show the Lord of Atlantis, and I'm going to pass without playing Lord of Atlantis. And it might look a little fishy. Ooh, Ether Vial, that's great. But there's nothing we can do about that. We have to hold up this stuff. Okay, so they decide Hunting Wilds. What is this thing? Kicker. Search your library for 2 forest cards. There's the Bring to Light. We just have to hope that they don't have any counter magic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they have 8. Waiting for them to pay costs. Alright, so... Oh, unless they pay 2! I didn't think about Darn! Oh, Silvergill Adept, you ruined us. I forgot. I was totally oblivious to Is It Charm. No, I will not pay this. Was not thinking about Is It Charm. So they're going to escape shift. I don't think there's anything particularly important. I don't think they can show me anything in their deck. I just gotta hope that they screw up the putting lands in play, which I doubt is gonna happen. If Is It Charm was the only thing I had to play around, like, this feels like a really good matchup. Because it did not feel like our opponent put up much of a fight in game one, and assuming we held up 2 mana, we would just steamroll them this time, even in the face of a Supreme Verdict. Okay, so we'll concede. We'll go on to game 3. Yeah, I don't think I need any of these things. I still don't have that much experience. Like, it just feels weird to have Spreading Seas, even I know they're a 5-color deck, and all they are is a deck that gets other lands in play. But I'm pretty happy with everything else. This hand's great. I am very willing to put my Aether Vial straight to 4. Yeah, against Scapeshift, you're just waiting for them to get to 8 lands. And then try to hold... Well, try to get as much damage as you can before they get to 8 lands. How much does Trickster matter here? Well, I can just Violin Trickster if I really wanted to, so... I will... not reveal anything with this Wonder One hub. I don't think it's ever going to matter. And I am going to put the Vial up to 3. I know I just have 2 Master of Waves, but these are really backbreaking cards in this matchup. Quite backbreaking. And I have no reason to show anything with the Wonder One hubs. So just having 2 random extra mana might be very useful in this matchup when they're ready to Scapeshift. Sure. I guess the only concerning card is Supreme Verdict. Could put my Vial up to 4 and then... blah, Supreme Verdict. We'll be happy about that. So they're going to be ready. Oh, they're ready. They're very ready. I have a second Deprive, though, so I'm also ready. I guess I'm fine with that. I'm not going to win particularly quickly anyway. And I'll hold the Master of the Pearl Trident in my hand. Are we ready? Are we ready? We're not ready. So this is gonna be 10 power, and I will defend attacking with this, and okay, we win the match. All right, so let's get on to match 2. So, as I expected, it was a good matchup. It's very good if we're playing with Tectonic Edge too. Against the 5-color deck, you can like really mess with their mana. Tectonic Edge, very good against Scape Shift. But as it looked, you know what? I always perceived Tectonic Edge as the really big bomb in that matchup. But as it turned out, you know, just some normal counterspells are fine too. Trickster was fine. Trickster did a good thing. It was we were more confident in passing with counter magic with Trickster. Because if our opponent, maybe not so much in game 2, because we had the Ether Vial, but in game 1, we could always, 1 and 2, we could pass with mana up, and if they don't do anything, we just Trickster. Put it into play, wonderful card, really helps a lot. It's going to make our opponents have so much trouble finding out what's the best line, even if they know that we have a Trickster in our hand. Because even if we have a Trickster in our hand, it also still opens all our mana up to do anything else that we want. I mean, if we pass with 4 mana, we could play Trickster, we could play Harbinger of the Tides, we could have counterspells, we can have removal, we can have clunky removal, like Echoing Truth. We'll keep this. Isamaru. I think this is a deck that's trying to abuse the new Mox. This is a legendary creature. There's Thalia. Alright, so here's a spot where Curse Catcher would have been better than Spell Pierce. But not, well, yeah, it would have just been better. We could put Lord in play and attempt to block this thing. I think, I don't know how this matchup plays out, but it's possible that I just want to try to get to a late game. So we'll play Trickster to slow our opponent down and maybe get to that spot. Goblin Rabblemaster. Okay. Oh, I don't have a stop here. Darn it! I was in a situation where I was up against Goblin Rabblemaster and I Trickstered it. Well, do you know what? I guess it's not that bad. They're gonna get the token, but I'm just gonna tap it down anyway. Sorry, not tap it down. I'm going to get to block it. Because it has to attack. However, I would have rather do something else. I'll hit the Thalia. I mean, I guess I get to keep the Trickster on the board if I want to block the Goblin Rabblemaster next turn. We have another Trickster. I can't hold up Spell Pierce. I'm thinking I'm going to play Merfolk Trickster, and then next turn I'm going to play Master of the Pearl Trident and hold up Spell Pierce for some sort of, like, I don't know, Path to Exile or something. Maybe. What else can I do here? It's really funny trying to order all my attacks and blockers. I'm really tempted to just spreading seize this thing out. But there's no guarantee that that's the only source of mana that they have. Okay, I'll play Wanderwine Hub, reveal. Actually, it's not necessary. I'll just play Mutavault and pass. See, they have Arid Mesa. Could have tempoed myself out by playing that Spreading Seas. Okay, whatever. They can have this thing. Okay, I'll tap the Thalia. In some ways, it might turn on our opponent's instants and sorceries. I think I'm fine blocking this Rabble Master. The Rabble Master is always going to be a problem for forever. Hazaret, well, that's a dilly of a pickle. So did this is a creature though? Yeah. So doing anything with Thalia didn't matter, and Spell Pierce is useless against Hazaret as well. Can't attack or block yet, but can eventually. Okay, let's start with Silvergill Adept. That is a good card. It's a good card against Hazaret too, and Hazaret can start dealing damage to our face with the cards in their hand. How to kill a god, you dismember it! That is what you do. I guess we'll stay on blocking duty still. And I will dismember this thing. Just gonna be very patient. If I attack with Merfolk Trickster and leave Silvergill Adept to block, our opponent could potentially Path to Exile or bolt the Silvergill Adept, and I will be very unhappy with that. It's very funny, our opponent is actually playing defensively. Another Hazaret. Well, that's a problem. That is great. So we need to survive to the next turn. So let's start getting in damage. Thalia can't block or else it will die. Hazaret cannot block because you're not allowed to, Hazaret. You're not allowed to. So from this situation, I'm going to chump block the Hazaret if I'm allowed with Silvergill Adept. We will play our Master of Waves. And then hopefully stabilize this board. Can I take 7, go to 3? Probably that's not a good idea. Let's just take as much damage Let's just keep our life total as high as possible. I guess I should attack first. Before Karizev gets to do anything else. Or so before I'm gonna play Master of Waves, so I might as well I don't know, like attempt to represent something. So the Master has arrived. We can play Spreading Seas next turn. Attack for 4, 7, 10 in just Island Walk damage. We know they have this dash card in their hand. Isamaru is back. Hazoret can't attack. It's interesting, they don't do anything. Okay, so let's now play Spreading Seas. Under these circumstances now, I am going to just attack with the Master of Waves and Merfolk Trickster. If our opponent plays Bolt or Path on Master of the Pearl Trident, we can counter it with Spell Pierce. I don't see how we can lose the game from here. And then next turn, we're for sure attacking for lethal. Like, this thing can only deal 2 damage to us, and then 2 damage to us one more time. We have enough blockers for everything. They don't have enough mana to dash and use Hazoret's ability at the same time. Not that it matters, we have enough blockers for everything. Yeah, this is a deck that's trying to abuse that new Mox, which will be really annoying if this deck is real, because I'm very, very against those Moxes. I'm super against Moxes in Modern. Any Mox. It's ridiculous. Why are some people allowed to play with vintage power level cards? They could seriously have like a Hazoret on like turn... Could they have a Hazoret on turn 4? I mean turn 2 in theory? Not that it matters actually. I mean, Hazoret is not the thing that you want to have on turn 2 because you have a bunch of cards stuck in your hand. Hazoret will deal damage. Hazoret might attack. Oh, they're attacking. We will block with, I think, all the tokens. Nothing has trample, as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah, this thing has menace. Sorry. It's all good. It's all good. My blocks are legal. I knew I needed to block with a lot of things. And we attack for way more than 7. Alright, we win. Tidebinder Mage is going to be fantastic here. I believe Echoing Truth is also going to be pretty good. Take out Spell Pierce. Certainly, Curse Cat. Here's a great example of why I want to play Spell Pierce over Curse Catcher. Was Curse Catcher better than Spell Pierce that game? Yeah. Did we lose? No. No, we didn't. So this is the overrated point of that I want to say about Curse Catcher. Like, any situation that you might think that Curse Catcher is good in the metagame right now, I think you're overrating it. And when Spell Pierce is good, it's really good. And when Curse Catcher is good, we can live without him. We had 2 Spell Pierces in our hand, our opponent had a pretty good curve out, and we still won. Thanks to Merfolk Trickster. Thanks to Merfolk Trickster. I will say, Merfolk Trickster pulled a lot of weight in that game. I think I want maybe we'll take out One Echoing Truth. Could take out a Dismember. I mean, this is a very painful card. No, I'm going to keep it, because I don't have that many things to do on turn 1. I have about 7 things that I can do on turn 1, so this is one thing. That's making me wonder, maybe one of my Echoing Truths should be a Dismember, so I have just more things to do on the draw on turn 1, because I don't really have that many things to do on turn 1. I don't think I need Kira. Like, how much removal would they bring in? I don't think all that much. Submit this. Everything else is just relevant. You just want creatures and interaction. Well, that sounds great. Well, the hand's good. If we draw one more land, it'll be great. We do have Merfolk Trickster. Actually, turn 1 Thalia would be pretty bad. Nope, it's a Zergo. Well, at least we have something to do on turn 2, if anything else. Unless they play Thalia. Karzev. Karzev's probably going to eat a Dismember. And actually, the Mox works so well. When does this thing come out? When it attacks? Okay. The Mox works so well in this deck because it helps you empty your hand to get that Hazoret in play. Hazoret, a very interestingly designed card. It's nice that it sees play in Modern. It is a good card. It's a great card. Helps play around like Leyline of Sanctity. Thalia has arrived. So our Spreading Seas is now super clunky. An island would be nice here. That'll do. That will do. I'm going to play Lord of Atlantis. And I'm going to try to get our opponent to attack with their Thalia. And then I'm going to Trickster the Thalia and block with it with Merfolk Trickster. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to... I could just put a Merfolk Trickster in play. And then if they attack, maybe they're representing some bolt or something. You know what? I don't think I need to take the Thalia off the board. It's weird. It's really weird with these legendary creatures. I can't believe this is legendary, you know? Okay, so I'm going to have a change of plans. We're going to tap down Zergo. Or maybe tap down Thalia. Yeah, we're going to tap down Thalia. I'm concerned that if they attack... Let's say they attack with Thalia and I block Thalia. Oh, I guess I don't need to block Thalia, though. Okay, they're attacking with both. In that case, I'm going to block... Well, I have to block stuff. And if this is... If I'm going to get blown out, then... I'm going to get blown out. I don't get blown out. Maybe they have a bunch of Isumarus in their hand. Oh no, they have a bolt. Oh, that is not good. Okay, that's bad news. So in this case, we're just going to put 2 lords in play, and we're probably going to take a hit for whatever they do to us. Putting 2 lords in play so that we can play around the Grim Lavamancer. He can still shoot our face, but we're just going to have to live with that. We can try to race the Grim Lavamancer. So I'll take this thing up to 3. Up to 1 target creature. So if they attack with 3 creatures, this thing flips. Up to 1 target creature an opponent controls attacks Gideon, if able. That's awkward. The most awkward thing is I want to attack. They're just going to block with this Kythian thing. And then eat the creature. But I'm going to have another creature on play. You know what? That's not bad. Because I still have... I don't think that's that bad. Because that's damage that's going to my lords and not my face. And I'm still pushing through damage. Okay. They don't block. We're going to put the Merfolk in play. Hit for the maximum amount of damage. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to flash in this Trickster. And tap down Kythian to make sure... Hold on, this is at end of combat if Kythian and at least 2 other creatures attack this turn. Gains indestructible. Okay, that's fine. So I can deal with the 1 damage here. I can't deal with a haste creature, I guess. It's the only thing I can't deal with. Because I can play Merfolk Trickster, tap down one of these creatures, block the other ones. It's tight, people. Oh, it's tight. It's close. Yeah, I have to Trickster. So I get to tap down a lot of things because of the actually with the Merfolk ability. So we'll tap down Thalia. I guess I can tap down Zurgo. Kythian wants to attack, that's fine. You can gain indestructible if you want. Cost 3 mana. And we have Spreading Seas for our turn. Well, they play a land, so what is this going to be? Hazoret? Why don't you just play that pre-combat? I'm going to assume my opponent did the calculations. We could win a million ways, but this is how we're going to do it. Spreading Seas into victory. Yeah, we won the match. So that was that legendary deck. Legendary Legends deck. I think that's cool. But what do you know? What's not cool? Moxes in modern, no good. There's no place for Mox Sapphires, Mox Jets, and things like Mox Opal and Mox. What is this thing called? Mox. I don't remember what it's called. But they add any mana, all colors. That's unfair. I don't care if there's a restriction on it. Any mana. If the game's card pool gets big enough, then you just play all the really powerful spells, just like Affinity. They're just playing all the best artifacts. We're going to mulligan this because we only have one land. We're going to keep this because we have 2 lands. The hand is just good anyway. We do need lands. We're going to put that on top. We're not going to get to Master of Waves without land. Temple Garden pass. So I sort of like my hand if that's what our opponent is doing. Play an island and pass. Hoping this is just green deck, deck. Uh-oh. So Merfolk Trickster, a lot worse against this card. Dismember, a lot worse against this card. So, given the circumstances, I could play Spreading Seas right now, because I can't play anything on my opponent's turn. I could also play Master of the Pearl Trident. But I feel like I just want to mana screw my opponent. I just want to play like Spreading Seas, slow them down, Master of the Pearl Trident, dismember whatever they play, and then play Master of Waves. That's not bad. Might change how I play before I get Master of Waves on the board. There's Scavenging Ooze. So get hit for 2. No big deal. So our opponent is already hurting pretty badly on mana. But I mean, if they have Collected Company, then we're going to be hurting badly. Maybe I don't even play this Ether File anymore. Do I even need this? Probably not. Cancel. Yeah, I don't think I need this Ether File. Let's just play Trickster for like no value. Oh, you know what I could have done? I don't know if it's that big of a deal. I could have Trickstered the Voice of Resurgence and dismembered that, but the Scavenging Goose could eat it. I don't really need to play at instant speed with this hand. Tectonic Edge. Online. And Collected Company is online. So I don't know what my opponent knows in our hand, but we are going to play the Master of Waves, and we are going to cast a Master of Waves. Hopefully we don't get comboed out. It's possible they don't have Collected Company in their hand, because they only have 1 green source available. I guess that's the case. So I attack with Merfolk Trickster here. What is that green elemental going to do? Whatever. Okay, so they don't have Collected Company. They would have played that for sure. And one good thing about them using Tectonic Edge on our Mutavault is that they can't use Tectonic Edge on their Temple Garden anymore. Not that that is an appealing option anyway. Okay, so now they have enough mana to at least chord for Devoted Druid. If that's something they want to play. If that's in the deck. I'm not sure what this is. It might just be Green-White Company, it might be Counters Company. Okay, it looks like it's just Green-White Company. Put a Knight of the Reliquary in play. Pretty healthy Knight of the Reliquary. Too lords sort of forces our hand. I think I'm just going to attack for 8. Okay, yeah, I don't have anything close to lethal right now. Just attack for 8. And they have to deal now with this Spreading Seas or they're dead. What's it gonna be? In some world, I might have helped their mana. I mean, maybe this is what's it called? Bant Nightfall. Maybe it's Nightfall. Well, you have all the mana now. Okay, I'm going to attack with Merfolk Trickster and all these elementals. Sorry, and Master of Waves. I'm going to keep the Lords back to block. Sorry, no, I'm going to keep the Lords back just in case there's some sort of Path to Exile on one of them, followed by some sort of shenanigans somewhere else. Our opponent does have the option to Court of Calling for Reclamation Sage. Okay, so from here, I want to play Merfolk Trickster on the Knight of the Reliquary. Oh no, I'm thinking of Bant Nightfall, where when a land enters the battlefield, it untaps a creature. So this is irrelevant. Oh, and of course they can just do that. They can just Ghost Quarter. Is this still lethal if they Path to Exile my Master of the Pearl Trident? Well, why would you block there? Oh, you just want to Path to Exile the Master of Waves. Gotcha. Okay. I'm not thinking clearly because of course they had those lines. Those are all lines. And I click through my turn. So now what's happening? An actual collected. Oh, you may play land cards from your graveyard. Okay. Voice. So now I need another Master of Waves, I guess. I would like to think that I can Spreading Seas the Gavany Township, but at any point that they could just look for a Ghost Quarter, or just put a Ghost Quarter in play from their graveyard. It's quite possible I let this one slip away. Tireless Tracker, land, clue. I'm just going to keep at least one card in my hand to bluff. But I cannot get through this Knight of the Reliquary. It is too big. It is too big. I bet there was a winning line at that critical turn. Or maybe not a winning line, because even if I attacked with my Lord of Atlantis and Master of the Pearl Trident, my opponent was at 10 life anyway. So they would have only gone down to 4. Just trying to think, what could I have done with Merfolk Trickster? I guess I could have attacked with everything. There's Collected Company. So this is just green-white company. There's Azusa, there's Tireless Tracker. If I were them, I would feel pretty comfortable about attacking right now. But at the same time, I'm guessing that they have nothing to worry about. I mean, they could just wait until they have lethal on the board. Like, I can't get through any damage until... yeah, this is uncomfortable. So I guess I'm just going to take the entire 11. How can I get out of this? I guess Master Waves into Master Waves could do something. That could be an option. Because they need Trample. Oh, there's no Trample on the board. I don't see a Birds of Paradise here either. Actually, I'm not going to cast that. Just going to vial that in. So I guess that's the route to victory. But our opponent is now drawing like a billion cards. Here, always yield this. And always yield to these. I have to say, the synergy of this deck is beautiful. And the fact that they're stabilizing against me is pretty impressive. I would say we had a really good start. We locked them out of colors. What else did we do? Yeah, we locked them out of colors. It looked like they couldn't do anything very early on in the game. We had a big Master of Waves. Yeah, okay. I've seen enough. We'd have to chump block everything and then we're toast. Even if we draw Master of Waves, it wouldn't do anything. So in this matchup, we're going to want... Relic is good. Tidebinder Mage is really good. I don't know if we want so many relics, but I think we want a decent chunk of relics. We definitely don't want Spell Pierce. I mean, it's like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not terrible. Master Waves is not that good. Because it's very slow and clunky. We'll take out... And I can take out a land, because they're a Path to Exile deck. So I guess we're bringing in a bunch of Echoing Truths. And 2 more relics. Yeah, I think that's it. I can have some Spell Pierces for Collected Company. Yeah, that's fine. For Collected Company and some Path to Exiles, because we are going to try to mana screw them. Oh, this hand's unplayable. This hand is playable. We're going to try to mana screw them with Dismembers, Tidebinder Mages, tap down their mana with Tricksters, balance the creatures with Harbingers. Yeah, we can keep this. Manadork. Lord. Knight. Trickster. I think I'm just gonna play the Lord. I probably shouldn't have shown that Mutavault. There's actually some value in playing the Spreading Seas there, because now the Knight of the Reliquary can just protect against Spreading Seas for the rest of the game. Okay, let's force our opponent to use the Knight of the Reliquary right now. And then we can play Spreading Seas afterwards. I guess it's not that big of a deal, though. Okay, let's make them use the Knight of the Reliquary. I guess to get a fresh land. They'll have Collected Company up. Because no matter what they do, they can always just find a Ghost Quarter. That's a good card to draw. Okay, so we'll get in for some Island Walk. Unfortunately, just for one turn. Okay, Path to Exile. Another Path to Exile. That's why we sided out one land, people. That's why we sided out one land. That is the purpose. Bird's Paradise gets in for damage. I guess the best thing I can do here... Well, I'm really far behind, so I think the best thing I can do is just attack for 2. And if the Knight of the Reliquary blocks, I'm going to go to damage and then crack the Relic. I'm just going to have to hope that my opponent does not have... what's it called? Collected Company. So now that the Knight has taken damage, I'm going to empty the graveyards. Of all the lands, it'll turn into a 2/2 creature, then the damage will shrink it and kill it. I guess I'll just play the Vial. I'm empty-handed, but, yeah, whatever. It's going to be 0 cards versus 4 cards. Another Knight of the Reliquary. That is a very good draw. That was premium. That was a premium draw right there. Our opponent has already used up 2 Path to Exiles. I wasn't even thinking about Tidebinder Mage when I was thinking about my outs. That was a good draw. It's going to put a lot of pressure on our opponent to do something. Courser. Another Reliquary on top. We have a 2-turn clock, though. I'm not sure what's in our opponent's hand. Maybe some clunky cards like a bunch of Courser stuff. So they've agreed that is not good enough. Elspeth! Maybe they have Elspeth in hand. So we still have a 2-turn clock. Because we still have the Spreading Seas. And the fact that they're attacking with Birds of Paradise means that they don't have removal in their hand. Ooh, another Lord. Well, in this case, I guess I'm just going to attack with everything. And kill our opponent. Unless there's some magical fairy card. Tidebinder Mage! I'm telling you people, Tidebinder Mage is better than Merfolk Trickster and Harbinger of the Tides combined when it's good. When it's playable. I wonder if Deprive is better on the play. Maybe Deprive is better on the play. I can't bring in Deprive on the draw, but maybe Deprive is better on the play. We'll just run this back. I'm going to keep this. It's got a lot of ways of slowing down our opponent. And we just need one of any land to get Silvergill Adept online. And sometimes you just... Oh, boy. Now what do I do? Oh, I'm definitely going to play the Ether Vial. That is a good draw. I'm happy. Happy for the Ether Vial. They play Knight of the Reliquary. If I draw a land, I'm hitting the Knight and the Noble Hierarch in one swoop. Okay, we do not. I will kill the Knight because this thing is just incredibly annoying. Tireless Tracker, sure. Birds of Paradise. Okay, I'm not attacking your mana now, because it seems pointless. We'll Violin Silvergill Adept. Hopefully draw a land. We do not draw a land. We will dismember the Tireless Tracker. So they cannot draw more cards. Courser of Grufix. Guess that's fine. Path to Exile on top. Crack, drop Path to Exile. Ghost Quarter. Gain life. Unfortunately, now the Spell Pierce is really useless. Okay, they have a Knight of the Reliquary on top. What am I supposed to do about that? I guess I'm supposed to dismember it. Oh, what do I do about Knight of Reliquary? And we also know their opponent has Path to Exile in hand, so they have Path. Now the Relic can get... Knight of the Reliquary can get really big. So if I dismember Courser, I still have to deal with the Knight somehow. Let's put a Silvergill Adept in play and see what happens. Or I can just play Silvergill Adept and Violin Master the Pearl Trident and still kill the Knight of the Reliquary. Like, this is really annoying. This is going to be worth a lot of card advantage and value. But this is also worth something. How do I beat Knight of the Reliquary? This will gain life and cards. This does not actually gain life or cards. This doesn't do any of those things. But it's just a big threat, and it can become really, really big really soon. Okay, I'm going to dismember this Courser. And I'm just going to try to deal with the Knight of the Reliquary by blocking. Continue to try to make land drops. That's good. That will deal with the Knight of the Reliquary. I'm fine with that. Sort of. Definitely does something about the Knight of the Reliquary. Voice of Resurgence. Voice might be a pain. They still have Path to Exile in hand. I feel like spreading seizing their Ghost Quarter. So I have the second spreading seize available. But maybe that's not very smart. I sort of want to draw cards, but I don't know how. Like, I can't target anything with the spreading seize. How do I push through damage? Maybe Master of Waves is worth more than I thought. Nah, it's not worth as much as I thought. I think it's fine with how I've played this thing so far. Because neither Reliquary is going to ruin everything anyway. Very, very quickly. I don't really have any damage on the board. Alright, I'm just going to play a Mutavault and pass and figure it out from there. I could try to cantrip this by spreading seizing my own island. And if they Ghost Quarter the island, that's probably the best thing that could have happened. Whatever. I'm just going to pass like this. But without being able to spreading seize my opponent, I don't know how we're going to get through this stuff. I do not know. Two, three. If I play Master of the Pearl Trident and make a block, I guess I can double block. They can path to exile my Master of the Pearl Trident. I think I'm just going to take the 3 this turn, wait for a better spot to get this Master of the Pearl Trident in play. I am aware that this Birds of Paradise can kill me at any moment. Another Voice of Resurgence. Another relic. Not the end of the world. Okay, I'm going to put the test to this Ghost Quarter. That's interesting. They just let it happen. And now I have a Harbinger of the Tides. Okay, let's exile your creature. I guess the idea is that neither Reliquary can deal with killing the Ghost Quarter. But now I have Harbinger for the neither Reliquary. Okay, let's play a second Relic. Do I want to use this Relic to cantrip? That might be more important. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Use the Relic to cantrip. And I'm just going to pass. When they use the Eye of the Reliquary, we're going to bounce it. With Harbinger of the Tides. Okay, this was missequenced. I got too excited. Now my opponent might look for a more important land. I don't think they're going to get anything else other than a Ghost Quarter, but they might. I should have waited for them to put... Like, they could get Gavany Township, for example. See? They're like, oh, gotta go for Gavany Township now. Or maybe they were going to do this anyway. But I don't think so. Oops. They still have Path to Exile in hand. I do believe that we're dead. I think we're just dead. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Sequencing very important in this matchup. Holy cow. No, the Reliquary forces you to play really, really precise. Well, I can't be certain that they were definitely going to go for Ghost Quarter. They might have been on the Gavany Township plan the entire time. Double block, double block. Well, I definitely have to chump block some stuff. That is for sure. So these blocks are definitely going to happen. And I guess let's try to kill off one of these guys. Or I guess better blocks are Silvergill Adept on... No, it doesn't matter. Because of the... I'm losing my Master of the Pearl Trident. And they don't even care. How can I get out of this? Is there any way of me getting out of this? Well, I can Spreading Seas the Gavany Township. But I'm still dying to a Birds of Paradise in the air. Let's play Relic. Let's crack the Relic. Let's play Silvergill Adept. What else? Well, that's a good card, but not quite right now. All right, we lose. Good games. That was very interesting. That is all the time that I have right now. I'm just going to upload this, and I hope you enjoyed it. So this has been Nikachu playing with the Merfolk Trickster deck in Modern.